Good morning. We begin with breaking news from Washington, where United States President Donald Trump has issued a stark warning amidst an escalating financial dispute with Democrats. President Trump has threatened to deploy Immigration Enforcement Agency personnel known as ICE to the nation's airports, effective as early as Monday, if a funding agreement is not immediately signed. He stated that these officials would carry out security measures never before seen. The backdrop to this threat is an ongoing and weeks-long disagreement between Republicans and Democrats over the continued financing of the Department of Homeland Security. This crucial department oversees not only ICE but also the Transportation Security Administration, or TSA, which is responsible for passenger security checks at airports. Several attempts to pass a new funding package have failed to secure the necessary majority, leaving various emergency services personnel, including those in the TSA, without a payment basis since mid-February. Trump's post on his social media platform, Truth Social, underscores the high stakes of this political standoff. In somber news, Robert Mueller, the former Special Counsel who led the extensive investigation into Russian interference in the 2016 election, has passed away. His family confirmed the news through a statement shared by the New York Times indicating that Mueller died overnight on Saturday, March 21st, at the age of 81. Last year, it was revealed that Mueller had been suffering from Parkinson's disease. In response to the news, United States President Donald Trump reportedly took the opportunity to disparage Mueller in moving to international affairs. The government of Cuba is reportedly refusing to allow the United States Embassy in Havana to import diesel fuel for its generators. This dispute arises amidst the Caribbean islands' severe and ongoing energy crisis. The Cuban Foreign Ministry, according to the Washington Post, denied the embassy's request to bring in the fuel, arguing that the diplomatic mission was shamelessly claiming a privilege that the United States denies the Cuban people. The roughly 10 million residents of the socialist-governed island nation have endured decades of economic mismanagement, corruption, and a long-standing trade embargo imposed by the United States. The persistent economic crisis has pushed Cuba to the brink of collapse, with dilapidated infrastructure and an antiquated electricity grid. Consequently, those who can afford it, including evidently the personnel at the United States Embassy in the capital city of Havana, resort to generators to cope with recurring power outages. Energy and tech billionaire Elon Musk has suffered a legal setback in a case concerning his acquisition of Twitter. A jury in a district court in San Francisco concluded that Musk violated a securities law in 2022 through two misleading statements. As these statements depressed the share price, he could be ordered to pay substantial compensation to former shareholders. Musk has not yet commented on the verdict, but retains the option to appeal the decision to a higher court. Also in the news, a federal judge in Washington has halted the United States government's restrictive access rules for journalists at the Department of Defense. The lawsuit, filed by the New York Times, challenged a policy that could classify reporters as security risks for investigating non-public information. Judge Paul Friedman declared on Friday, March 20th, that while troop protection is vital, given United States military operations in Venezuela and the conflict with Iran, it is more crucial than ever for the public to have access to diverse perspectives on their government's actions. Separately, a commemorative coin marking the 250th anniversary of the United States, featuring Donald Trump, is set for release, drawing criticism. The United States Justice Department has also made public investigations into Colombian President Gustavo Petro, despite recent indications of improved relations with Donald Trump. President Trump has significantly sharpened his rhetoric towards NATO partners threatening that he will not forget their refusals to protect the Strait of Hormuz. Finally, the Trump administration has filed a lawsuit against Harvard University, alleging that the institution failed to adequately protect its Jewish students and knowingly ignored hostility on campus. The lawsuit seeks to reclaim millions of dollars in taxpayer-funded federal grants from the university, which Harvard allegedly received during a period when it was not adhering to applicable law. Harvard has not yet responded to the lawsuit, though it had previously stated its significant efforts to combat anti-Semitism on its campus, including tightening rules and disciplinary measures. Now that concludes our broadcast for today. What's your take on Trump's airport threat escalates funding battle, Mueller dies? Share your view in the comments. Do you think this will matter in the next news cycle? This video was generated using artificial intelligence.